All right, mic check, mic check. Come in on the 9/9 date. TikTok is lagging, so they're already trying to jam up my signal. YouTube, can you hear me loud and clear? I'm trying to come to you tonight on the 9/9 date so that we can talk about settlement season. That's right, I am coining the season that we are approaching as settlement season. And this is going off of what Jeremy Hogan suggests is going to be the best time for a settlement in the Ripple versus SEC lawsuit. So I'm not trying to get us too hype on a settlement for sure happening. I'm just agreeing with Jeremy Hogan. And then I'm also tying it back to other issues such as economically, politically, in the health crisis. And then we also have every single asset class and every single business sector where we need to settle the score. We need to settle up. Okay, there's a lot of people that have been getting away with a lot of evil, a lot of bad stuff has been happening, a lot of people holding back humanity, trying to keep the power for themselves. We're going to break it down tonight, but we are approaching settlement season. What an amazing time to be alive. I appreciate all of you guys so much. We are loud and clear. We are good to go. Is TikTok still lagging? Hopefully TikTok's good to go. You know, they're always trying to jam up the signal over here. What we're talking about, we're trying to stay right on topic for you guys, right on target, and we try to toe the line every single night for you. I appreciate you guys for joining me on a Friday night session. Okay, let's get it fired up. We got a lot to cover. Okay, let's take a look at these markets. Excuse me. Bitcoin trading at 21,300. Ethereum 1736. That's a $1,700 Ethereum for you, and XRP all the way up to 35 cents, nearly breaking up to 36 cents for our XRP. Now, what position am I taking right now? As I said, cash on the sidelines, ready to buy XRP and other assets all the way down, including real estate. But I also am in a Bitcoin short as we speak. That's right. I told my Discord, I've been showing my Discord the trades that I've been making. I made a bad decision. This is not financial advice, but I'm just, full transparency, and I like making fun of myself. So I'm in a Bitcoin short right now. My entry point average, because I've bought in twice now because I'm stubborn like that. Instead of taking my 25% loss, or even I know a lot of traders that are, geniuses or whatever they're doing, they'll set their stop loss at 5, 10, 15%. Well, I'm kind of a stubborn Bitcoin short. It's kind of just something that I get off on. And so I got a little bit of a problem. So this is not financial advice, but I'm just telling you guys what I'm doing right now. I've placed a Bitcoin short, and my current entry price is 20,100. So it's down right now as Bitcoin's trading at 21,300. But I am very stubborn, and I still believe that they are playing with us and we are going back down to the downside. I do not think that we've bottomed out. I think that we have a ways to go. And because I haven't set a stop loss at 10, 20%, I don't get liquidated until a much, much higher price at about 24K. Just to explain the simple trade that I'm in. That's a very stubborn, a very stupid trade. I'm starting out tonight's Friday night session by making fun of myself. But I just want to tell you guys, I'm putting my money where my mouth is. I do believe that we are going much lower. Let's get into the rest of the news, though, tonight. I will keep you guys updated on all the trades, though. So, you guys already know the deal. Mr. Poole asked us tonight, are you ready? Okay, are you guys ready for settlement season? Are you guys ready for the events that are about to occur? Not only in September, but all the way through this election cycle. It is going to be truly incredible. Peter Schiff tapping in on the Queen Elizabeth passing. He says, as British citizens mourn the loss of their beloved Queen Elizabeth, they should also mourn the freedom they lost in the transition from monarchy to democracy. No historic monarch even attempted to tax the British public anywhere near as much as elected officials tax them now. Now, I hadn't thought of that. I didn't even really realize that until Peter mentioned that the monarch was actually taxing the citizens less. In yesterday's live show, I covered how I thought it was pretty crazy how the citizens are going to be footing a bill in the billions of dollars to cover the funeral proceedings. A family that's so rich, so wealthy and elite, which I'm not against the elite, I'm not against the wealthy, I'm not against people that are rich. I'm just wondering why are the citizens, footing the bill for that? But then I also see this interesting point from Peter Schiff on the monarchy actually taxing the citizens less than the current government. So maybe the monarchy worked out for Britain. I'm here asking, how's your program working out? Maybe the monarchy was the right thing to do. I know I got a couple comments, people praising Queen Elizabeth. Some people say she's an evil lizard. I don't care. I don't care. For me, how does the new financial system roll out? What am I supposed to be doing right now? And, it is truly incredible to see how much us citizens in the West are getting taxed. What they are doing, what they are imposing on us is truly incredible, but the tide is turning. I got a special update here for you in one sec. Bank of England says, in light of the period of national mourning now being observed in the United Kingdom, the September 2022 meeting of the Monetary Policy Committee has been postponed for a period of 1 week. The committee's decision will be announced at 12 noon on the 22nd of September. Now, covered last night, it's being speculated September 20th is going to be the date of the funeral. The banks will be shutting down that day and for potentially a few days after that as well. We will be watching that one very, very closely. But we have huge positive news that I wanted to interject into tonight's live show. This is fantastic. The Dutch agriculture minister has resigned after massive farmers' protests against new climate goals that would shut down 11,200 farms. So this is what all the protests were about. They're trying to impose new deals that would shut down the farmers, take away their livelihood, and then, eat crickets. Peasant life. That's their plan for you. Completely chipped and tapped in, living like a peasant, eating bugs. Own nothing, be happy. But we have a victory. The Dutch agriculture minister stepping down, resigning. We're seeing many people settle up. This is what I'm talking. This is why I titled this episode Settlement Season. We're settling the score in a lot of different issues. This being one of them. As I said, politically, here we have another elected official stepping down. Okay? Huge victory for freedom, for the farmers worldwide, for the people fighting the good fight. Amen. We love to see it. Now, what is Warren Buffett's program? Berkshire Hathaway has increased its stake in Occidental Petroleum to 26.8%. This is one of the largest oil and gas producers in the United States. These guys know where the money's at. They know where they know where these deals are going. It's all fun and games, forward facing to the public when they, Warren is this big fuzzy bear. He's the nice guy. Everyone looks up to him, right? But behind the scenes, you follow the money on what Warren's doing. He's not playing around. He's not playing around. And let me say this one quick point on Warren Buffett that just blows me away. And it doesn't surprise me, actually, but it really puts you in the room with Warren Buffett. My mentor, Dan Pena, went to the Berkshire Hathaway conference this year. What was that? End of April, early May. I went to the conference that Dan Pena put on. And we went and watched him speak. It was super cool in Omaha, Nebraska, where Warren Buffett's from. Dan came in. Got to see him speak. That was truly incredible. But he described what was taking place at the Berkshire Hathaway conference. He said armed security guards, veterans, special forces, every 50 feet throughout the crowd. And the whole time, he was giving it to the crowd, not holding back at all, letting it fly. And Dan was saying, he doesn't care what you think. And this is how these people think that are moving way ahead. They don't care about woke. They act nice. The big fuzzy bear gets interviewed by CNBC, the Oracle of Omaha, which, I have a huge amount of respect for Warren. But when you follow the money, when you watch what they're doing, they're not playing games. They're not playing games. And when you show up to his conference, he's got people every 50 feet ready to take you out. If you get too close, if you get too offended, he's got people to take care of that one. It's truly incredible, and it gives you, just an inside look at how these guys are operating, the moves that they're making, and they put their money where their mouth is. Or do they? No. They play the public game, the public-facing, do the dance, the wokey, the woke program. Behind the scenes, taking further positions in the largest oil and gas producers in the United States. Okay, continuing on. Breaking news, the United States is threatening to impose sanctions on buyers of Russian oil that fail to abide by the price cap proposed by Western allies. This should go over well with China and India. Have a good weekend, from Gold Telegraph. Yeah, this is just laughable at this point, that they think that they get to impose their will like this. It's truly ridiculous. Whatever happened to a free market capitalism that America was based off of? Now we're trying to set a price on somebody else's oil. Where do we get off? It's actually kind of good that United States is getting knocked down a peg. We got to show some respect. We actually got to back our currency by something, and there is a solution for that. Gold, precious metals, and digital assets that actually get something done. But in the meantime, we got to do this deal here where we stand before the world trying to tell them what they can price cap their oil at. Truly ridiculous. Putin's 12,000 tons of gold hoard set the stage for Asian Bretton Woods and the new Moscow gold standard. His hand is fantastic, Putin. Absolutely fantastic. Yep. And, we're going to see how this unfolds. But Putin says Western elites are sacrificing the prosperity of their own citizens for the sake of preserving Washington's dictatorship in global affairs, like I was just mentioning. We think that we can just force our will upon everyone. And Mr. Putin, using the exact same words that I always use on this show here, sacrificing the middle class and poor of this country for all of this agenda that they are trying to impose on us against our will. Or is it? Because we have half the population that goes along with this deal and does the dance, no problem, rolling on into their own demise. Now, check this out, though. This is the sovereign debt crises that we're talking about across the world here, but in the United States specifically, we have major problems. Interest paid on the $30 trillion in U.S. government debt was $562 billion during 2021. An average percentage rate on all debt was 1.5%. Now rates are above 3% and heading to 4%. Are you ready for over $1 trillion annually in interest payments? Truly incredible. Now, what does that mean though? What does this mean? That they are going to be having to make these payments on the debt, which 30 trillion in debt is just what's on the balance sheet. Remember all the unfunded liabilities as well, like Social Security, Medicare, and others that take our national debt over $100 trillion. Okay? This means that they have to inflate away off this debt. The only way that they can pay this debt is by inflating the currency, injecting more stimulus so that they can pay off this debt. There's no other way for them to service this debt unless they do a complete debt forgiveness wipeout, which is still on the cards, and they're actually doing that for some segments of the population that go along and behave well. The citizens that go along and behave well, you're going to get stimulus. You're going to get the UBI. The only thing that they can do at this point is to inflate the currency, okay, so that they can pay off this debt. It's going to be truly incredible. Nearly double the interest rate that they were paying off before, going from 1.5 to 3, even 4%. And the Fed is supposed to be raising rates again here this month. 20th and the 21st is the next Fed meeting. Watch that closely. Now, continuing on. U.S. household wealth fell by a record $6.1 trillion in Q2 2022. Now, that pains me to read that. It pains me to see the U.S. household wealth fell by $6 trillion in one quarter, in a 3-month span. And I feel incredibly thankful, and I have a lot of gratitude for the fact that I am in the complete opposite situation. My business is thriving. Our program working fantastic, accumulating more of the assets that are going to matter in the new financial system. God willing, we are able to make it through to the other side, take care of our family, take care of others, and help others along the way do the same in their families, in their communities, for their church. $6 trillion of household wealth lost in the 3-month period this year. And we're just getting started. We are just getting started. So I'm incredibly thankful, and I have a lot of gratitude for the situation that I'm in. Praise God. But when you see and understand how much worse this situation is going to get, continuing on, Mr. Intuitive, Troomers only is what he calls them, Troomers. So we are talking about the truth on this show as well. Huge shout out to Mr. Intuitive, the official cool guy of the Digital Asset Investor channel. And we love these guys. We like guys like this. Do you honestly think the US and EU are going to keep their worthless fiat backed by nothing when BRICS and the rest of the world are going to asset-backed currencies? Come on, just hang in there a little longer. And that's where we're at. We're approaching settlement season. I'm hanging on. And not only am I hanging on, right, we're doubling and tripling down. Shorting Bitcoin, that's probably not a good move. But we're, increasing our position in XRP. And that's the thing, on that trade that I'm making, it doesn't matter what I'm trading. Okay, I'm shorting Bitcoin, even if I lose and crypto moves up, what I'm making off XRP going up, it wipes out my losses completely. So either way, we're positioned and hedged. But this is a beautiful thing here, right? Understanding that the United States, the power structure, the Western financial world, they are cutting deals behind the scenes too. They're not just stupid and incompetent. No, they have a plan. Okay, they're just the ones that are stalling out the most because they're the incumbents. They have the most amount of power, and some of their own have to get sacrificed as well. Some of their own aren't going to make it to the ending. The ending won't be for everyone. Okay? And what we're watching here is an incredible situation unfold in the United States. Washington, D.C. Mayor Muriel Bowser declares state of emergency over migrants' bus to her city. Okay, we're about to talk on the current events and these political staged events here in the United States because we have some settled scores, some scores that still need to be settled in regards to politics, in regards to what's taking place in D.C. and the political capital of the cabal in the D.C. swamp. It's very important what takes place here. This is the political arm of the power structure that is, moving their agenda at full speed against us. Steve Bannon, this is from Charlie Kirk. Steve Bannon just broke that at least 35 Trump allies had their homes raided yesterday by the FBI. This is, I want to be careful with my words here, and I'm just reporting the news. I'm not here to interject my opinion. I'm just reporting the news. But to me, this looks like a tit-for-tat battle underway between, Trump and allies and the power structure that we have with Biden and team, Joe Biden and team. And we're watching it unfold in real time here, and it's truly incredible. Now, one thing I wanted to also add is that it's being reported that there could be fresh raids on the way for Mr. Trump. Because they're looking at his election arm of his organization. That's the next place that they want to investigate. And on this channel, I say, let's investigate everyone. Let's let all truth be revealed. And let's also take a look at Gary Gensler and what took place while he was running Clinton campaign. If we're going to look at everyone's election arm of their organization, well, let's look on the other side of the aisle too. Let's look on both sides of the aisle, equally and fair. Let's be fair about it. All truth should be revealed. These are people that aren't conspiracy theorists. Jason Foster from Founder, President, and Power Oversight is the one who's getting all these Freedom of Information Act requests. He's getting all this information for not only the XRP community in regards to the SEC Ethereum free pass issues. He's also looking at some stuff here too with the Russian dossier documents and everything that was taking place under the Clinton campaign. And we also had our good friend Gary running the CFO of the Clinton campaign. Never forget. Okay. This is not a conspiracy. Jason Foster, these guys aren't conspiracy. These are straight business. This is straight down to business and truth in America, as it should be. God bless this country. Let's restore order. While Gensler was widely known to the Clinton campaign CFO, former Clinton campaign chairman John Podesta personally singled Gensler out for responsibility for funding the dossier, the fake Russian misinformation, disinformation, whatever you want to call it, all the stories about Russia collusion and all the nonsense that they tried to pin against Trump that turned out to be fake. Podesta blamed Gensler. In testimony before the House Intelligence Committee in 2017, Podesta said Gensler was the top official in the campaign who would have approved payments to the campaign's firm Perkins Coie. Same law firm that did the Ethereum free pass, same law firm that advised Ripple and said the XRP was not a security. Very same law firm based out of Seattle. So he approved payments to the campaign's law firm, Perkins Coie, to reimburse for the Fusion GPS research firm the Steele did on the dossier. Quote, "You think Gensler would have been the guy that would know that?" A congressman asked Podesta about the payments for the dossier. Quote, "Gensler established the financial controls. Perkins had budgeted expenditures. They were billing against that, and those bills were paid," Podesta explains. Okay? Podesta said as chairman, he never saw Perkins' bill because that was being managed by the people who were operational inside the campaign. "I guess that's what we're trying to get to see who the guys were," said Representative Michael Conaway, Republican from Texas. Okay, so let's see what happened. You know, we want to look at both sides. We want to look at Trump. We want to look at Hillary. We want to look at Joe Biden. What happened under Obama? Let's hold Bush accountable. Now, that's all in the past, but going forward, we need to investigate everyone who's relevant, everyone who's going to be running again, everyone who's going to be president again. And guys, this is unbelievable to me. My viral Trump video from a few weeks ago, it's been like almost a month now, where I said that when Trump gets arrested, you know, it'll all be part of him returning back to power. You know, he's not going anywhere. He's going to run again. Not only do I still have a bunch of haters and crazy people stitching it and just saying, you know, these crazy people are just continue to stitch it to this day, a month later, well over 1.4 million views. It's still going. They're still stitching it. But what's happened is I've had a few now admit, okay, Trump's going to come back, but he's only going to be in power for 4 years. So whatever. You know, basically admitting that, okay, he's going to be back, but he's only got 4 years. What's he going to do? And, oh, he still might go to jail. And then I still got the clowns that, oh, he's going to go to jail. And they stitch me and then they pop in and they say, I'm going to throw a party. We're going to get shots. It's clown's play. It's child's play. I can't even watch it. It lowers my IQ, and the vibration from these people is so low. I pray for them. God help them. Unbelievable. They think that I'm over here like praying that Trump comes back. It's like, what? No, I'm just taking care of my family and getting rich. Taking advantage of the greatest transfer of wealth in world history. Trying to solve real world problems. Bring value to the world. I don't play around. I'm about my business, and I want all truth revealed in this country because I stand for something. These people have been committing crimes against humanity. I'm not playing around. Let all truth be revealed. What do you got on Trump? Let's see what we got on Hillary and others. I shouldn't even mention these names. I shouldn't even talk about these topics. I should stick to crypto, bro. This is all related. It's settlement season, guys. Right here, scores have to be settled economically, politically, currency wars, in the health crisis. Can we talk about health? Can we talk about wellness on this channel? No, we can't. You know where I'm going with that. Every single asset class, the score has to be settled. Every single business sector disrupted. And it's all tied here back together. Let's get into our cryptocurrency news, since we should stick to crypto, bro. Okay, let's stick to crypto for him. So look what my wife's job just emailed her from HR, okay? Cryptocurrency option added to benefits. We are pleased to announce that employees now have the option of deferring a portion of up to 15% of their paychecks to a Coinbase cryptocurrency account, okay? Here we are. This is good. This is adoption. Fantastic for the crypto space, okay? I know what I'm accumulating. I know what I would put if I had that option, okay? What about XRP? Our good friend Raoul Pal interjecting his opinions, his speculation on what's going to take place with XRP. Huge amount of respect for Raoul Pal, what he's been doing at Real Vision. I do like to catch when he gets interviewed, when he puts out some fresh stuff. I do like to see what Raoul Pal has to say. Okay, let's see if we can load up this one, and we will run this back for you guys. Okay. Raoul Pal saying it's being used. The probability is the value of the chain increases significantly, and it's a big play. It's a real play, and it has a niche.
they're talking about Ripple. Any thoughts there, Al?
Yeah, so there's this weird narrative from the past about Ripple. The point being is, even if they have to settle a lawsuit and get a slap on the wrist, Ripple plays actually quite an important role. It's a money transmission network, and it does quite a good job of it. And it has deep connections with global governments around the world and has worked really hard on it. So there is a reason the chain is valued as highly as it is, and it's not from speculation, because actually, it got taken off a whole bunch of exchanges because of the lawsuit. It's actually because when I use my Netcast law model, the amount of value that gets transacted on the chain is very high. It's being used. So I think if you lift the legal issue, probability is that the value of the chain increases significantly. And as the world moves towards central bank digital currencies, I think the XRP network is going to be somewhere at the center of all of that. So yeah, I don't rule it out. I know it's not flavor of the day for a lot of people. I think it's a big player, it's a real player, and it has its niche.
It's a big play, it's a real play, and it has its niche, and he understands that it's based off of utility, not speculation, guys. We're solving real problems, and we're just getting started. And he's saying that there's already a lot of value on the chain, and I'm about to show you where the value's at right now, because the on-demand liquidity volume is now higher than the trading volume on Binance and the exchanges. Okay, guys, check this out. Let's take a look here. This is from FOMO, Short the FOMO on Twitter. And we covered this at the beginning of the month when he first shared this. Nearly halfway through the month, an ODL exchange still above Binance. The point here is we're watching the real utility that we've all been waiting to see it unleashed is now surpassing the trading volume of speculators, of traders like me and you, and market makers. It's now running more liquidity through the on-demand liquidity corridors than it is the trading volume that's taking place on the exchanges. Okay, this is what we want to see. This is utility beating out speculation. This is the only way that you get to $1 trillion market caps and beyond. Yeah, everything in the crypto space has been cool. For now, we got the whole market cap up to about $3 trillion, right? But how do you actually get trillions of dollars settled on your blockchain? It is by doing this: on-demand liquidity, exchange volume, and this is just one of the use cases and flows of XRP. There's so much more here that's going to be built out. Okay. Now I got two tweets here to cover from XRP Pharaoh 33 on Twitter. Fun fact: after the SEC sued Ripple, XRP fell to 17 cents. Price has never gone down there since. It's been 619 days since price hit 17 cents. The lowest price XRP has gone since then is roughly 27 cents. There was a maximum fear after the lawsuit, and yet that was a bottom. Let that sink in. This is actually really interesting to watch on XRP because we've already gone through a mass capitulation moment for XRP. We've already gone through the depths of a quote unquote bear market. Like, it doesn't get much worse than getting sued by the SEC and then having trading frozen, halted, and withdrawn from many exchanges completely. Now it's a challenge to even get XRP in a lot of areas. That brought us down to 17 cents. We haven't been there since. 619 days. What? That's almost nearly 2 years here going on. Truly incredible. And the lowest price that we've gone to since then has been 27 cents. We've been watching this because XRP's already been suppressed along with a few other cryptocurrencies like XLM and others that didn't hit an all-time high this last bull run that we just went through. Okay, this is something to watch. This is something where you don't, yes, you want to be patient, and there's still a lot more bleeding out to happen in the markets, in my opinion. But these assets have already been so suppressed. These assets are already hard to get. We don't know if we're going to be able to get these assets after the settlement. I had someone mention that. You never bring up the fact that we might not even be able to get XRP later off exchanges. And I replied, I said, well, you must be new here because I definitely talk about that quite often, about how that's why I've been FOMO buying XRP from $1.20 all the way down here to 30 cents. I've had FOMO the whole time because I see the utility. I see what Ripple's doing. And it's just 2 + 2 = 4. It's simple math. It's just valued in the trillions if we actually get our job done. If we're halfway wrong, we still change our lives forever. And it's already been one of the suppressed assets, along with precious metals, suppressed and manipulated. I mean, it's basically the same thing. Precious metals, XRP, other utility cryptos, silver, XLM. It's funny how these assets just seem to have a theme, don't they? And they also seem to have a way of getting into my portfolio. Now, I have no position on gold, but silver, XRP, and XLM, absolutely. Now, my second post here from XRP Pharaoh 33, they already have a date of when this will all be over. The XRP chart knows it as well. Price will this is why we're trading in that, descending wedge that we've been in for basically 2 years, right? Whatever the pattern that you want to call it. We're about to break out of this thing in a massive way. Like he says, the XRP chart knows it all. Anyone who understands technical analysis knows that this thing's about to rip to at least like the double digits area, minimum. Price will most likely dip when it happens, buying opportunity, regardless of the outcome. The chart is not dead at all. It is primed for massive gains. When? Nobody knows. Don't ask. And that is so true. And that's why I'm making the caveat, I'm making the disclaimer that we don't know the exact time or date, but we do know that we are going into a settlement season. Okay, this is the term that I am coining the next few months. Summary judgment briefs are due September 13th in the Ripple versus SEC lawsuit. There's going to be a back and forth over what needs to be redacted, what's sealed up, what can't we talk about, oh, we can't reveal this story, whatever the deal is. And of course, we're used to this case getting pushed back further and further, but I do believe that Ripple wants to see the conclusion of this case. And then I've also been looking at, what we covered in tonight's live show. Gary Gensler tied to Perkins Coie, and all the way back. There's a lot to cover up here. It's much bigger than just the Ethereum monopoly free pass. You also have what took place within that criminal campaign, potentially. Let all truth be revealed, right? So much to settle up here. We are in settlement season. I titled it Approaching Settlement Season, but we're basically there. The Queen just passed away. May she rest in peace. Okay? And what I didn't mention this in tonight's live stream. I didn't pull it up. But apparently the operation was Operation London Bridge, right, for the Queen. And it is Operation Rising Spring Tide, I think, for Prince Charles, who will now be King Charles. Oh, and that is one other thing that I wanted to talk about. I'm glad that I remembered this. Okay, because I wanted to make this point too. I meant to make this earlier when I first started the show and we were talking about the Queen. I see I'm at my 33-minute marker. Okay. King Charles, I believe, is about to have one of the shortest reigns ever out of all the monarchs. Now, I haven't gone back and Googled shortest reign in the history of the monarchy, but I just have a feeling that his is not going to last long. I don't know his exact age. You guys can fact check me, drop it in the comments below. I know you guys fact checked me yesterday about the Queen. She reigned for 70 years, which I later corrected in the same stream like 30 seconds later, but everyone has to be on the fact checks, which I appreciate. Let's get it all straight. I love it. But I believe that King Charles is going to have one of the shortest reigns in the history of the monarchy. And I want you guys to think about this. Going in, he has nothing to lose. I'm pretty sure he's like 72. He has nothing to lose. His time's nearly up. His time on Earth's nearly up. His reign, he knows, is almost up. So I think he's going to be part of shaking it up in a major, major way. Now, of course, he's at he's everywhere that matters, from the World Economic Forum to all the other groups. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, of course. It's no surprise, right? We understand how this world works. We understand the importance of the City of London being the financial arm of the agenda, the groups. We also need to watch, to that point. Let's watch King Charles now. Okay, let's watch this. How long will he reign? You guys let me know in the comments down below. This is a good one to put down below. How long do you think that King Charles will reign for? Everyone let me know in the comments. Okay. We also need to watch Pope Francis, and then we also need to watch Joe Biden, obviously. Okay. Now, I wish nothing bad, nothing evil upon these guys. You know, I hope that they're able to reign for as long as God has planned for them. However that may work out, however that may fall in order. But without a doubt, the dominoes have started falling. We are in settlement season. This is going to be a truly incredible series of events that unfold over the next few months. Now, we've put out some predictions. You guys already know. You guys are tapped in on this show. And I also wanted to make one point before I, conclude, and I'll take a few questions. I just got touched sorry. I just touched base with one of my sources. And this is not one of my military sources. This is one of my sources in higher places. I'll just leave it at that. And I really can't say much. And I do apologize for flirting with this, but I just want to let you guys know that he confirmed a lot of what we have been speculating on and a lot of what we think is about to roll out. And I can really not go much further than that. Remember, we got sources and we got to respect them. We got military, active, former. Some of the best sources come from our military sources. Some of the best information and intel, absolutely, is really the best, actually. But in regards to this has to do with some other things, not military aspect, but other aspects of agendas and different stuff that we talk about on this channel. And I mean, it's just another confirmation. And I'm just telling you guys that if you're resonating with this frequency, with this vibe that I'm putting off, if we connect, if you like this channel, if you're about to smash the thumbs up because you love what we're doing here, we're on target completely, 100%, maybe 95%. We miss a few things. I place a bad Bitcoin short once in a while. Okay, whatever. Don't care. Other than that, though, we're getting really good intel. We've been able to do really good research, and we've been able to put a really good program together. And I appreciate all of you guys for joining me through all of these live shows, these Friday night sessions. I think that is all I had to cover on my notes. So let's take a few questions from the audience. I do appreciate everyone. Thank you so much. I love you guys. I love you guys so much. So much love for everyone in the chat. Okay. What about the Vatican's requirements to return deposit all money back in? Yeah, so we covered that. What was that? 2 live streams ago, where we were covering Rosie Rios went and met with Pope Francis just recently. She said it was one of the best experiences of her life. 2-day event meeting Pope Francis. Rosie Rios, 43rd Treasurer of the United States Board of Directors at Ripple, knows where the gold was and was focused on creating the new currency. Went and met with Pope Francis. And it was all about bringing spiritual healing and working in everyone's respective platforms to bring the world together. Kind of, just paraphrasing kind of what she said, what she tweeted out. But yes, we did cover that a couple streams ago. Yep. And it's truly incredible to watch. So I asked the questions, what does Pope Francis know? And who has managed more gold? Which I think is a very interesting question. Who has managed more gold, Rosie Rios or Pope Francis in the Vatican? Which obviously they have the Vatican Bank and they have other entities. It's not Pope Francis in control of it, right? But, me just being a dumb person on Twitter, I had to retweet Rosie and ask, who has managed more gold, and does the Vatican have XRP? I thought they're legit questions. What do you guys think? Who has managed more gold, Rosie Rios or the Vatican? And does the Vatican have XRP? I thought it would work good for them since the Vatican Catholic Church is operating in so many different countries. Why not? I think it's a great business solution for them. I did notice that we got some super chats, so let me scroll up and find those. Let me scroll up and find those super chats. I love you guys so much. Thank you. Okay, Mont Sock with the 10 spot. He says, cheers, everyone. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate that. Arcadius with the 27.99 Canadian. I appreciate that, Arcadius. Thank you so much. Much love to you. Okay. And then we have Laura Lubis, 20 spot. Wow. Thank you guys. Appreciate the support. You are my absolute favorite. Thank you for continually inspiring me to improve my life. I love the truth you speak, and I look forward to every video. Blessings to you and your family. Cheers. Yeah, Laura, I appreciate that. You know, I used to really go crazy on the Rumble sessions, and I am going to continue to go crazy on the Rumble sessions. Tonight, I gave you a little bit of a glimpse of kind of how I get fired up when I'm doing my Rumble rants. These issues matter to me. You know, I'm a real person. I stand for, you know, things and have values, and I believe that we need to right some wrongs out here in the world, in our existence, our reality. There's just some stuff that gives me a bad vibe. We should fix that. We should settle the score, you know. And this is the beautiful thing, and this is the opportunity for us, is I believe that we are positioning ourselves very well. Our opponent may have been in the lead. They show up. They got, you know, they look the part. Okay, but we got a program that works. All these people that were doing good. And now remember, what I just mentioned in tonight's live stream is super important. We are in settlement season. This relates, scores have to be settled in everything. Economically, politically, currency, health, of course, every single asset class and every single business sector. So when you look at real estate, when you look at whatever business you're in, this is your time. If you're a serious player, even if you just have a job, it doesn't matter. You can stack way more cash, just make yourself of more value to your employer. It's very simple. And then have a plan for how you're going to invest your money. Not everyone needs to become an entrepreneur. There's plenty of big organizations that'll pay you large sums of money if you're good at what you do. Being an entrepreneur working for yourself is not the end all be all. Getting paid the most, stacking the most assets that matter, acquiring the best real estate, building a business that actually makes it, that's what matters. And this is what I'm talking about, is a lot of scores have to be settled. Right now, you know, just I have to be careful when I speak on my local issues, because I have local eyeballs on my show now. And so I got to be careful when I speak on my business in my local area, but we're seeing them drop like flies, our competitors. So, you know, that's our opportunity, and you bet we're taking advantage of that. We're not going anywhere. Plenty of cash flow, doing fantastic. We didn't have a bunch of overhead debt on equipment. Most of our equipment's paid off cash. Cash flow, baby. An incredible opportunity. I've already been getting the calls. Hey, I'm retiring. Hey, I'm moving out of state. I need someone to take over these deals. The amount of bids that I've done this year on massive contracts, like massive 6-digit contracts, maintenance, doofus moron lawn care landscape. Guys, there's so much freaking money out there. And the only reason why I bring up my story and share that with you is to inspire you guys. It's there. Whatever your business sector is, whatever you're doing, whatever your skills are, do your job, start a side hustle, whatever it takes. Whatever you need to do right now, the opportunity's there. You capitalize on this moment, you will forever be thankful that you did. Your family will be thankful that you did. God bless you all. Thank you, guys. We get that. That was it on the super chats. Okay, thank you, guys. What are we working with next? Let's get caught up on our comments. I'll take a few more. Okay, so see, this is the comments. What I'm talking about. Praise God? Question mark. Really? Are we trying to praise the one which should have protected the world against people like in the Davos crowd, but instead has failed to do so miserably? Bro, I don't care. You believe whatever you want to believe. I'm not here to tell you what to do. I'm not here to tell you how to invest, who to believe in, who to love. I don't give a shit. Is your program working or not? Are you holding yourself accountable or not? Or are you blaming God? Are you blaming somebody else? If it's not God, then you're blaming somebody else. That says everything about you. No, take accountability and get your game up. Stop playing around with who to blame next. Take accountability. The strip mall close to my work has had 4 shops close up in the last month or so. Commercial real estate's getting jacked up. It's been getting jacked up ever since the events of 2020, right? Commercial real estate's crazy. But there's opportunity. See, chaos brings opportunity. Disruption brings opportunity. This is great. I was just listening to, gosh, I can't remember the guy's name. Another YouTuber. He's got a really big channel. Excuse me. I forget his name. I've shared a couple of his posts, but I'll have to share some of his stuff in my next real estate update. I'll share some of his stuff and I'll remember his name. But he was talking about how some of these markets could still go down 30, 40, even 50%. Some of these real estate markets. It's like, holy cow. But then he was talking about markets like Hartford, Connecticut, Augusta, Georgia, that have been appreciating this year. Like year over year, they're up 5% or whatever. And so it's pretty incredible with real estate how there's always opportunity. Same thing in business, always opportunity. Who pays you, bro? Why are you promoting the Future Beast system? Well, no. First off, no one pays me. I'm not sponsored by anyone, not paid by Ripple. I'm not paid by anybody. Guys, nobody pays me other than the people that I bring value to. The people that I bring value to pay me. That's in my landscape business. That's in my media business. That's those who support me on my Patreon. That's it. The people that I bring value to in this world pay me. Very simple. Speak on the full moon tomorrow. Absolutely. Yeah. So the harvest full moon is coming in tomorrow. We're expecting this thing to reverse. Actually, I think it's going to reverse here shortly. We have on the 12th, we have the CPI data, I believe. Don't quote me exactly on that. I think on the 12th, we have the CPI data. And then we have some other events that are taking place this month that I think are going to be a complete flop, such as the Ethereum merge. Okay. TikTok, thank you guys for tuning in. YouTube, if you haven't already smashed that thumbs up, please do so. I really appreciate it. Let's take a few more. Were you thinking of Uneducated Economist? No, I love him. He's a cool guy. Not him. God, I'll show you guys in my next real estate update. I'll for sure show his stuff. Can't remember his name because I just got onto him. "19th summary judgment." No, Crypto Roger, I'm not trying to predict anything. You know, we have summary judgment briefs are due on the 13th, and then on the 19th we're supposed to see way more. On the 19th we're supposed to see basically everything that is not going to be redacted is going to be shown. I'm pretty sure is my interpretation and understanding from Jeremy Hogan is that by the 19th a lot of this case, we're going to be able to see what hand both side has, and it's going to be, basically we're entering settlement season because Jeremy said between now and the end of November or December is when the best time to settle up would be for the SEC and for both parties, because now that all evidence is presented, now would be the best time to, settle up if they were going to do so. Settle up before they go to trial and before this thing gets extended way out and before the SEC gets completely exposed further. They've already been so exposed by the XRP community, but can you imagine if they put us through another year of hell and we're digging through all of the troves of information, all the recordings and interviews that these guys so arrogantly did as they talked about creating their own reality, Joseph Lubin and others. You give us another year, there's going to be way more of them that are going to be going away, getting locked up. Okay? Huge shout out to Brian, as always, showing up and representing us. Brian, thank you so much. He says, great points tonight. Yeah, I thought that it was, good show that we put tonight, talking about all of the scores that have to be settled up. We're talking about much more than a settlement just in the Ripple versus SEC lawsuit, which I'm getting excited about. I'm trying not to do so because I've been here before. I thought that, XRP was going to be mooning back in 2019 when I first, actually started going all in on it. Here we are 3 years later, and it's back at 30 cents. Truly incredible. But, everything that we've been watching play out, unfold, it looks like we're finally coming to a climax. Okay, we're finally starting to see some things come that we'd been expecting for a while. We knew it was going to be a huge shift when the Queen passed away. And so now we're here. And Brian, thank you so much for your support. I really appreciate that, brother. Got a feeling that Gary is going to capitulate. Exactly. That's where I'm at too. Yeah. Gary and the SEC. Bobby Townsend says, blackout will probably last as long as they need it to, after many have died and there is unrest and desperation on the streets. Yeah. So we have rolling blackouts, right, that we're on the brink of in California and other states as well. The power grid's struggling. Going to be really interesting to see how much worse this gets. What's the program? We've already been depleting our strategic petroleum reserve here in the United States, Joe Biden doing that. And then all of the different trade deals getting switched up too. It's like, we got to get our supply from someone. And yeah, it's going to be pretty crazy to watch that unfold with the blackouts. Now, that's barring any cyber attack, anything crazy happening that just wipes us out for a period of time as well. That's always on the table. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yep. First reason why we talk about prepping before we talk about the rest of our recession to-do list. First thing was prepping. Essentials. Can you survive 10 days of darkness? Can you survive the period, we're going to be mourning, a little bit of period of mourning for Queen Elizabeth passing away. I was thinking about this. Prince Charles, this guy doesn't come to the throne till 70 years old. Can you imagine waiting? He probably doesn't care because they're so rich, elite, wealthy. They have everything they want and more. And the life that they've lived has been pretty, unreal. But that has to, hurt him just a little bit, right? Because the pinnacle of his life is becoming the king. The king, right? And he doesn't happen until he's 72. And then God forbid something happens to him in just a little bit of time. I think it's going to be one of the shortest reigns ever. Because even if, he lives the average lifespan of a male in good health from Britain, whatever that is, 80, 90 years old, his time's up here shortly. And which makes it even more interesting, this transition, because now we have, new power coming in, and what does he have to lose? If he knows, okay, I got maybe a decade if I'm lucky, I don't know if he'll live to, be 96 like the Queen did. And then we have Pope Francis too. It's being reported that he's having some health issues as well. Joe Biden, okay. And then others. Other important leaders and people in power as well. So we'll just continue to watch that one. Is this full moon just a mini pump? Yeah, I'm not buying this. I double down on my Bitcoin short. That's not financial advice. I'm down like 30% on that trade right now. And, it's going to suck if I have to say, yeah, guys, I got liquidated. But I have such margin and I can just add to my bag. So my liquidation price right now would be 24,000. That would completely wipe out my bag. But, I could always add to my position. Because it's just on the macro, I think we're going lower. So I had already wanted to get into a Bitcoin short when we were at like 20,500. This was just like a few days ago. I'm not going to pull up the charts right now, but just to tell you guys where I'm at, is I wanted to get into a Bitcoin short when we pumped up above like 20,000 for a brief moment in time. I freaking fell asleep or did something. I'm such a bad trader. This is why I don't really do it. I just do it for fun. I missed my opportunity to get Bitcoin above 20,000. So then my first short I got above 19,000 when Bitcoin started to pump off of like the lows of 18, whatever. That's when I placed my Bitcoin short. It pumped when the queen died. And then, here we are at 21,000 right now. I bought again in above 20,000. So we'll see how that plays out. Not financial advice. The trade's in the red right now, but whatever. That's just for fun. That's just me trying to time the markets and speculate on the moves in the cryptocurrency space. So I feel like if I'm actually trading the market a little bit, if I have a little bit more, money in the game, skin in the game, it makes me watch it more closely. And I just kind of like to do that for our community here. I like to tell you guys where I think it's going with my Discord community, showing them the trades in real time. Hey guys, taking a fat L right now, being stubborn, not setting the stop loss, probably going to get completely liquidated. Please don't copy me. I'm a doofus moron when it comes to technical analysis. But we just try to make the macro calls. Like short-term time frames, this market's completely manipulated, but mostly we're just trying to stay right on with the macro, which we have been. We said the Bitcoin would enter the bear market in December, and that was one of the best calls we've made ever. Chad, thank you so much. The Queen's death is a distraction from other news. Absolutely, right? Absolutely. There is so much happening right now, and we're supposed to, set aside time here to shut down our businesses. Britain's going to shut down for a few days, basically, to mourn the Queen. I just don't get it. I'm not trying to say that the Queen's she was a bad person or anything like that. I'm just trying to say that doesn't make sense to me. I mean, what did she really do for Britain? If you think that she advanced Britain and made you guys better, cheers. I don't care. I'm just glad that we're not ruled by the monarchy. Now, I have my opinion on who we're being ruled by right now. But as far as the Queen goes, as far as King Charles goes, what an amazing time to be alive. That's all that matters to me. What an amazing opportunity. This is a very informative TikTok channel. Yeah, it's why you'll notice. During the live streams, we haven't been pulling the numbers that we used to, but guys want to go watch girls twerk and shit. They don't want to listen. They don't want to get their game up, hold themselves accountable, have a real program. You know what I'm saying? They can only listen to so much of it. It's late night. It's 9 p.m. on the West Coast. These guys are trying to watch, waste time. The Queen brought us tourists. I mean, if that was, what percentage of Britain's GDP was tourism to the throne, to the Queen? That's my point is, did she really advance you guys that far? But I don't really give a shit. I don't really care. I'm a very simple person, guys. God willing, I'm going to be able to live and see all this through. I've created businesses that bring value to the world. I've stacked a fat bag of XRP. I have my precious metals, specifically silver. I have other precious metals, freedom seeds. You already know. In regards to the health crisis, God willing, we'll do just fine. I was born with a heart issue, so I already have issues. But I, try to see that through as well. Okay? And then other than that, right, we are looking at other plays. Real estate. We're looking at, once we become accredited investors, private placement. Okay, being able to, basically fund deals, buy stakes of companies, buy pre-IPO shares. Once you become an accredited investor, you're opened up to a whole nother investment world. Okay, so we have other asset classes that I have programs for that I, am going to be executing at the right time. But for the time being, I live the most simple life, right? I go build badass landscapes We also do maintenance as well. So we do full service lawn care, landscape service, 100 clients on a weekly basis, as well as build out badass landscapes. We just built our biggest retaining wall ever. Right now we're building a badass paver patio, super sick stuff. And then other than that, XRP bag, I never thought that I'd be able to get to this size bag. It's super cool. And then just a few other cryptocurrencies that we've accumulated as well, whatever. They're kind of cool. Don't really care about them. Mostly just focused on XRP. But then having silver is super important. And then we take the Second Amendment very seriously. And we'll just leave it at that, right? And, in regards to food, prepping, essentials, and the health crisis, that is all the stuff that I rely on members of my Discord community for. That is what I rely on you guys for. I listen to other people in regards to that. That's not my expertise. I'm not the health and wellness guy. When Dan Pena, my mentor, told me that none of the big hitters have a six-pack, I said, okay, fine, I'll stop working out. So now I have a dad bod. That's fine, okay? And I have an adult beverage with you guys. We're having a Friday session, right? So other than that, I'm a simple guy. That's all I do. That's my whole life. Very simple. And then, how many people can we help before the flip of the switch moment? And then other than that, I just hang out with my girls, hang out with my family. That's life. It's very simple. I have a garden. That's the only other thing I spend besides time with my girls is in my garden. I water my lawn. I got my vegetables. It's a beautiful thing. Refill that beverage, brother. Mon. Okay. Since you dropped another 10 spot, this is your second super chat tonight. We will get one more. I'm saying too much, and I always do this, and I shouldn't be doing this, but we'll do one more. Key part about that is getting permission from Bay, getting permission from the wifey. Okay, we are all clear. We are all good to go. That's the key part about that. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you haven't already, smash that thumbs up. Hey, let's have another one together. Cheers to everyone tuning in tonight, Friday night session. God bless you all. One thing I wasn't going to talk about tonight, and I probably shouldn't mention this, but I'm going to be talking about in my next Rumble. My next Rumble is just going to be off the chain. Going to be crazy. But it's now come out that people within the Congress were treating themselves with ivermectin while they were pushing everything else on us. They're saying that over 100 people within Congress treated themselves with ivermectin while they said that we were crazy for trying to use ivermectin. Now, it's just incredible in regards to the health crisis, which I can't really speak on too much, why is that in a free country in America? You say some of these words, you suggest, hey, let's try a couple different things. Let's see what works best. Let's see what my doctor advises. What does my doctor say versus what does the data say? Make my own conclusion, make my own decision. But how crazy is that? Because whether you're for whatever, I don't care what you're into, what your health program is. I don't care. Hope it works out, but how incredible. How hypocritical. Because they just ran assaults against anyone who suggested using alternative solutions than the couple that they had. It was my way or the highway. This is the ultimatum. You have to go this way. You have to do this program. Meanwhile, over 100 people within Congress were treated with ivermectin. I wasn't supposed. Let's switch topics real quick. But guys, next Rumble, I gotta take a deep breath. I gotta take a sip of this cold beverage just thinking about it, because we have a lot to discuss. And if you haven't already followed me over on Rumble, make sure you do that. Make sure you've subscribed and followed me on Twitter so that you know when I'm going to be going live on Rumble. And then if you want my newsletter, we're going to be sending out a newsletter. Just go to my website, fill out the contact information, and we can get you tapped in for the newsletter so you can know when I'm going to be on interviewed on other shows. Last month we were on Around the Blockchain, BitBoy show. We do shows with people from all different spectrums, all different walks of life, all different asset classes. Okay. But if you want my updated schedule and when you can see me next, make sure that's the best way. Get on the newsletter. And then other than that, make sure you're following me on Twitter. And then obviously the Discord stays up to date always over there. But I just thought that was incredible. I mean, I have so much data points. That's just one that I thought maybe hopefully I can get away with speaking on that on YouTube. I think that at this point it's just pretty clear. It's like, let's just talk about this like adults, right? Like, why do we have to be all... It's unbelievable. Here in America, 2022, it's crazy. And my question, how's your program working out? Did it work out? God, man. The health crisis is a touchy subject too, because I pray. I have a lot of family and friends that I'm just like, well, God be with us. Anyways, we shouldn't talk about that one anymore. The Great Reset will happen while the banks are shut down for the funeral. We're going to see a whole reset. The currencies have to be recreated. Now, some people might think, okay, that just means that they're putting King Charles's face on the currency. It's not a big deal. I think that it's going to go much further than that. And then you're also seeing that the Bank of England has postponed their meeting. So London is not ready yet. Okay, they're postponing their next meeting till September 22nd. So another key date and important point that we're going to be watching out for. I'm sorry, guys. I got to remember that I'm on YouTube. It's a Friday night session and I am feeling good, but I got to be careful. Do you know any of the weaknesses of the XRP-L system? All I see is strength. Yeah, there's not very many that I've been able to find any weak points against the XRP ledger or against Ripple. The only weak points is that we didn't have we had hooks, which was a simple version of smart contracts. But yeah, we didn't have smart contracts. That was the one thing that we were missing from the XRP ledger. Okay, and then that was also holding back the DeFi from the XRP ledger as well as NFTs. But that's all coming within the next year. Now, the NFT upgrade happens this month, but then there's another amendment for smart contract that's probably going to get passed within, I've seen predictions anywhere within the next 3 to 6 months. So maybe early next year, the smart contracts get added. But that is going to unlock the DeFi for XRP, and that is definitely something that we were missing, was the smart contracts tied to XRP, is because it didn't really have that built out too well. It had hooks, which were just simple versions of smart contracts, but we were missing a lot of DeFi and NFTs just by the way that it operates. But the beauty of it is it operates where it's most important, which is scalability, efficiency, and no downtime, and it can scale up to hundreds of thousands of transactions on the private ledger for central banks is what they tout. We've heard 50,000 transactions per second, and then the basically just the average number is about 1,500 transactions per second is what it's running. But yeah, there's really no downside to the XRP ledger that isn't being addressed right now either, and it's being done in a decentralized way. It's not all controlled by Ripple, which is key as well. Doesn't England change the picture on their currency once the new king, queen takes the throne? Yeah, exactly. So that's what I'm saying, is that there is a reset that is taking place for sure within the banks, within the currency, within a lot over there in England, just because of this funeral, just because of the change of power. Another disadvantage, we cannot mine it. We don't need to mine it though. It's already all been created. We just need to confirm the network, which we do through the consensus protocol. It's a beautiful thing. It operates fantastic. It's way better than proof of work. Doesn't use anywhere near as much energy, and it's validated by a decentralized network of nodes and validators on the XRP ledger. Ripple only has like not even a handful of nodes. When is the date that Ripple will be in London for a big announcement? Swell is in November. I don't know the exact dates. I forget offhand. Canada has the ugly prince on the I forgot about that. Is that Canada still is, right? They're still like ruled by the queen still, right? Well, the king now. There's still an aspect, right? Oh, God bless the Canadians. I love the Canadian friends that we have. Queen's death yesterday, Harvest Moon tonight. What's happening tomorrow? Well, some people would say it's a good thing that we close off the week by, you know, pumping, but watch this one closely because volumes can fall off during the weekend. Usually there's not as much trading taking place. And so we could start to see Bitcoin capitulate this weekend and roll back down to the downside. Some people would suggest, you know, rolling into the weekend, that's a good thing, right? It's a positive sign. I just look at what we're going through right now, where Bitcoin is at as far as its role as an asset in all of the markets, all of the potential places that you could put money right now. And if you think that putting some money into Bitcoin right now is a good idea, send on over some of what you're smoking, because I do not see what you're seeing, my friend. What are you looking at? What do you expect? A 5x? Because Bitcoin's going to go to 100K? It's a joke. What do you speculate XRP price end of year if we settle out in November? XRP to $10? Yeah, okay, so here's the thing. Don't focus on the dates. Focus on the event. When the settlement happens or when the case ends, XRP is primed for a pump past $10. Yes, the technical analysis, the Fibonacci extensions say that we should be going up $7 to $13 in and around that area. You can pull the fibs yourself, so you can go pull up the chart. The primed pump is there on the charts. When? I don't know. And then how much higher are we going to go after that over the next 5 to 10 years? I wish I knew. You know, I've started to actually think, and I was going to make this TikTok, that it could take nearly a decade, 10 years to 10K. I was thinking about making that TikTok. 10 years to 10K. Because I used to say 5 years to 5 digits. It just sounded good. What's it based off of? Complete speculation. Don't get it twisted. It's complete speculation. Based off of the facts, circumstances, evidence, record amount of partnerships, and the list goes on, why we come to that conclusion. But it also sounded really good. 5 digits in 5 years. Which I started saying that last year when I started on TikTok. But I've extended out my timeline, and I want to be way more patient. So now I think I'm going to make a TikTok, a little short that I'll share on YouTube too, where I will talk about 10 years to 10K is my new expectation. And the reason why I'm doing that is because I want to not get caught up in XRP to 10K in like 1 or 2 years. After going through what we've just gone through over the last few years, yes, it could happen. Yes, we could have a flip of the switch moment Everything aligns, reset, destruction, rebirth, beautiful thing. XRP at 589 within a year or two. Okay, I could see it happening. But I feel like if I give myself a longer time frame, it won't, I won't have to beat myself up throughout the, next few years, as it does it's going to do something crazy. See, here's the thing. Even myself, all of you guys, I don't care how much XRP you have or what you think you're going to do when XRP hits certain price points and you've got the most detailed written out exit strategy. None of us, this is the key part about this, nobody is ready for the XRP pump. Besides maybe Brad, Ripple, and team, and any other XRP, even XRP whales probably don't know what to do. Brad and team, they're probably kind of understand what's playing out behind the scenes a little bit more. But nobody is even ready for XRP to go to $10. I know a lot of you guys. Well, some of you're going to capitulate, sell off your whole bag. Some of you guys are going to get scared. You're going to do this and that. None of us are ready, I think, just from an emotional standpoint and from just a financial standpoint as well. Remember, when XRP is going, that's a new world where the old world's been completely destroyed and burned down, as we're going through right now. This gets worse before we get to that point. Before we get to the light at the end of the tunnel, we're going through hell on earth. Sacrifice, middle class and poor of this country and others. Currency debt crisis. They have to destroy the value of the currency by printing so that they can pay off the debt, as we covered. They were paying off the $30 trillion in debt at 1.5 interest. Now the interest rate's going to 3-4%. Double the amount of interest payments. Over $1 trillion per year paid off in interest. The deficits, Peter Schiff just said that the deficits could be $4-5 trillion per year. So if you know cash is trash, then it's a matter of what other assets do I need to be stacking? What businesses do I need to be building? What preparations and essentials do I need to be stacking? Here's the thing. There's two things that you're trying to accomplish as an investor. You're either trying to store value or you're trying to get gains. You're trying to build your portfolio. Some of the things that we do aren't about gains. Even silver for me. Yeah, gains are going to be sick, bro. Cool. Silver goes to $100. That's like nearly a 5x from where I've been buying $20 to $30 with your premium, whatever. I don't really care what the premium is when I go into my dealer. I just buy it because I want to have it on hand. But yeah, as far as silver going to $100 an ounce or more, okay, 5x, cool, 10x, that's gonna be sick. But for me, silver is about having an offline asset when the systems maybe go offline, or maybe the world becomes a fully digital world that I don't want to participate in at times. There's some things that I want to be able to do, outside the system. There's some programs that I'm not going to participate in, and maybe I need to pay in silver to avoid some programs. You get my drift? That is what silver is about for me, and gold would be too. And so some of our investments are store of value and just the utility of them, i.e. food, essentials, metals. And then we just got a fat bag of XRP, which is obviously for massive gains. That's very simple. But people need to understand what you're investing for. Some of you guys, you already got a bag, you got a couple mil in the bank account. Some of your portfolio is just about store of value. Portion of your portfolio should be risk on. Depends. See, this is why I'm not giving financial advice. I'm not here to be your financial advisor. And everyone's in a different situation. You might be at the end, 60, 70 years old, and you're sitting on your nest egg. And it's not so much about how do I get a 10x. It's about how do I store my value. How do I survive the inflation that's, one of the, what was it, Goldman Sachs or one of these firms, they just predicted, I think, inflation going up above 20%, I believe. What was it? What it was? No, maybe it was well into the double digits. It was like 14, 15%, which means that real inflation would be like 30%. I got to pull that up later. I'll research that one later. Nations are experiencing margin call, and the impact is inevitable, in my opinion. Dex, absolutely. There's a lot of people getting margin called right now, which is that's why I'm making my bet. I'm predicting that a lot of people are thinking that the bottom's in and they have no idea how much lower we're still going, i.e. another 40-50% to go in Bitcoin, in cryptocurrency assets, in some real estate markets, some businesses. I mean, obviously, as we've seen over the last 2 years, some businesses have gone away completely. I think silver can go higher than $100 if gold can go to 15K. Yeah, don't get it twisted. I think that the gains will be cool. I just always joke about it because I don't know. I do like silver. Silver does turn me on a little bit. You know how I say XRP turns me on. Silver gets me going a little bit too, for sure. It's pretty cool. You know, it looks cool, and also just knowing that it actually has like a lot of utility. And when you look at the charts, I guess that's really what it comes down to. And you see the suppression and manipulation of silver, and you understand that it's way more than gold. That's exciting too, I guess. You know what I'm saying? But what's your exit strategy for silver at 3 digits? See, this is the thing. Let's take a moment here, guys. Everyone needs to get serious about revisiting their exit strategy right now, because to be truthfully honest, none of us are ready for XRP's pump. None of us are ready for them to flip the switch to these new prices and come in. Now, yes, some of us have really thought out detailed exit strategies. We have plans that for okay, I'm gonna I'm gonna take some profits. I'm gonna use my XRP bag as collateral to leverage into real estate businesses like myself. That's what I'm doing, right? We have plans like that. We have certain price points that we expect, but imagine that world that we're living in too. What are you going to be going through in life at that moment? What's going to be happening in your community, in the people around you, your family? See, there's so much more at play. So just like with every business plan, they come out great on paper. They're fantastic on paper. They sound beautiful. Every bit. So Dan Pena, my mentor, he says if your banker wants a business plan, which some of them want a simple business plan, and you can ask them for a example of a business plan that's worked, and to many people's surprise, they will actually they will black out the names, but they will give you an example, or they will give you kind of a blank template actually, for the if you're trying to get a loan from them, right? You guys are going crazy in the comments. I can't with you guys. You guys made me just lose my train of thought. What was I just talking about? Too many adult beverages. Oh my gosh, I was going somewhere with that. I know I was talking about Dan, but what was I saying? About going to your banker, taking out a loan. Blank business plan. Why am I talking about that though? I forget why I was talking about the blank business plan. Silver and exit strategies, yes. Oh, God, no, I forget. It was totally something else. I know we were talking exit strategy. God dang it. I was, what I was talking about. Where are you going to sell your silver? Yeah, I mean, that's why I like establishing a relationship with your local dealer for silver. Sweating out here. Reading you guys' comments just makes me laugh. God, that's killing me. I cannot remember what I was talking about. It was such an important point too. A clear and written exit strategy. Chad, thank you. Yeah, we were talking about your exit strategy and how a lot of people, it all sounds good. Oh, golly, that's what it was. Have you ever seen a business plan that's failed? Ask your banker that. And they will tell you, well, no. Every business plan that someone presents to me, it's going to work. And that's the thing about business plans. That's the whole point about them, is that they sound great on paper. Same with your exit strategy. They sound great on paper. It's going to work perfectly, right? But 9 out of 10 businesses fail. So if that's the case, why the hell are we writing out these business plans? And I'm not saying that business plans are bad and that you shouldn't do them. I think that you should have a general idea. You should do a general business plan. Most business plans don't need to be a 30-page long packet in a binder that's all like decorated out. Doesn't need to be that. Most of them need to be just a page or two, max. But that was the whole point, is your the business plans. If your banker asks for your business plan, you can ask them, well, when's the last time that you saw a business plan that failed? Because they all pencil out. They all sound good. Same thing with your exit strategies, right? It all sounds good, but none of us are prepared for the world that we're going to be going through, the moments that we're going to be living through, the situations our families are going to be going through, okay? So even for myself, like, just thinking about what we're going to be doing and thinking about when XRP goes to, this is such simple math. Everyone thinks of this. When XRP goes to $10, oh my gosh, my bag's going to be worth this much. And I was just thinking today about how at these lower price points, for so many people, it changes their life, myself included, right? I mean, at $10, yeah, of course. But for so many people, from 10 to 100, I mean, even 10 to $20. Shit, there's people in my comments every single video I post. I'm going to sell my whole bag at $3 at all-time high, at $1. I mean, we got plenty of haters too and a bunch of people that don't believe in XRP at all. Good luck. Hope it works out. But I think it's a good time to revisit everyone's exit strategy and really take a look, okay, and think about, write out, what do you think you're going to be going through at that moment too? Where are you going to have to be reallocating money? What is the best thing to do? Really go it out. Most people, and if we had to be honest with ourselves, about 80% of the people listening to me probably don't even have an exit strategy written out on paper. And I'm talking XRP, how much of your bag are you selling at $10? How much are you selling at 50? Whatever it is. Okay, you're holding it forever. Okay, great. What about the other crypto holdings that you got? When are you going to offload those bags? Do you believe in those ones forever, that you're going to hold on to those ones forever? Or do you have an exit strategy for those? At XLM, what are you selling it at? Algorand, XDC, whatever the asset is. Whatever you're going to be doing with real estate, any other asset that you're invested in right now, silver, precious metals, real estate, your business. Should you be selling your business on the next upcycle if you're towards the end of your life? Is now the right time to make an exit? Next upswing. You might be waiting for a while on that one, depending on your business. Take a look, take a serious look. If I could suggest anybody do anything this weekend, take a look at your exit strategy. Tomorrow morning, I'm going to be having my weekly call with my Discord group and looking forward to that session as always. But we're going to be going over kind of our investment thesis, kind of reminding everyone about our investment thesis. And then I'm also working on picking up some of the old content and kind of repackaging some of the old content, because I realized we have so many people joining us and we got to make it better for finding all of our older information. There's so much buried in there that's really solid information. We've done so many classes from prepping, security, real estate. We had a whole deep dive on 5G, the impacts of 5G from someone who actually works in the field and understands the technology. So we've had so many great conversations. And so what I'm trying to do is remind all of the newcomers of kind of our investment thesis basically, I guess, explain it. A lot of them are already kind of tapped in on the same program, but I think just getting everyone kind of caught up to speed and a reminder of our investment thesis. And then next Saturday on the 17th of September, that's when I'm going to be dropping my Shemitah cycle deep dive. And there's some topics, that we just can't talk about here on the public stream, as well as we're putting in a lot of research and everything. And so I'm going to be sharing that exclusively with my Discord group. So if you wanted to get in our group, you can head on over to my website, sign up for the Patreon, and you will get complete full access. And you will join a community of like-minded individuals who are doing research 24/7, and it's an investment research community that I have the pleasure of running and being a part of. And I'm just so thankful. All the people in there that bring me knowledge, bring me education. Like I said, I'm not the health and wellness guy. We got people in there that understand that. We got a gentleman who is installing the 5G and understands it. We had a conversation about that. We have put on prepping classes, real estate deep dives, classes like that. And then I also have done my business development program as well for our Discord members as well. And we just continue to add more value to that group as well. It's an investment in your education, and you get to the perks of joining a community of like-minded individuals that will definitely take care of you if you're looking to get investing, cryptocurrency, and precious metals, the full strategy, our full program, as well as, being up to date. This group is tapped in 24/7 doing research. And many of the times when I go to put together my live show, I am just I just go to my Discord group and I just pull all the updates that they have shared in the group while I have been away. So huge shout out to all the OGs. Now, we've had this group for over a year, and I think the community's one of the best private communities out there. So if you guys are looking to get access, it's all over there at the website. That's enough on that. Also, the XRP merch, like this shirt, you can all get this at the website as well. It's all there, zachrector.com. Okay. I do need to wrap up this session. It is getting a little bit late. How long have we gone? An hour and 32. Okay, so yeah, we're going to wrap it up. Hour and 33 minutes. I do appreciate everyone. If you guys can smash that thumbs up, I would greatly appreciate that. And we will see you guys in the next one. We're going to be for sure dropping some content this weekend. So have your eyes out for that. And then as always, guys, all I ask is that you guys share this message far and wide. My shorts do really well for sharing to newbies, to people who maybe don't quite understand. The shorts and the TikToks do really well. So many people on TikTok, so you can get them there. And then on the YouTube platform as well, we're approaching 300,000 followers on TikTok. And then on YouTube, we've blown right through 40,000, and really just continuing to grow this community on a daily basis. And it's incredible to see. I should have gone on YouTube way sooner, but we were focused on TikTok last year, and that's where the party got started. As well, quick reminder, you can also listen to our podcasts on the go. They are uploaded on Apple and Spotify, so you can find me. There's no excuse why you can't catch all of the updates. I know only the real ones kind of stay along for the hour long. I mean, we've been an hour long ranting and having adult beverages and enjoying ourselves, but I do appreciate you guys, the real ones who stick with me with all of my nonsense, forgetting the point that I was making, remembering it 5 minutes later. It's always a pleasure doing these Friday night sessions with you guys. And as I said as well, make sure you follow me on Rumble so that you can catch that next Rumble exclusive, unfiltered, uncensored Rumble rant. That'll just, it's going to be a good one. I'm hoping to get that done here in the next week or two. Not going to promise any date because we're working on a lot. The Shemitah deep dive cycle, weekly call with my Discord group tomorrow. And like I said, my landscape business is going crazy right now too, working every single day. You guys see the sun on me, right? Out in the sun, still getting it done, building some sweet landscapes. To wrap up the season and just watching and enjoying the show, it is an absolute pleasure. God bless you all in this community, and I will see you guys in the next one, okay? Thank you so much. Appreciate you guys.